Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda and today I have for you a tag video. It's been a little bit of time since I have done a tag video on my channel, but Paige over at Creating & Co did tag me in this. And it's the Plan With Me book tag. I am going to be looking down because I've got my phone with all the questions and whatnot. So there are 10 questions and we can go ahead and get started. Question number 1 is Payday. And this is a book that you would buy right now. Cost doesn't matter. So for me, I've been juggling this around a little bit, trying to figure out the best logistics on how to buy these books, but I want the UK covers of Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I was over in Scotland about a year ago and I went into a Waterstones there and tried to find Strange the Dreamer but wasn't able to find it. I think they were coming out with the paperback version or the hardback version. I don't remember which one. So they were kind of phasing out of what they had and bringing in the new stock that wasn't supposed to be released until like 5 months later or something. So I really want to buy those books. But obviously shipping and customs is something to think about when ordering books from overseas. I think I might check out Book Depository because there isn't a rush on it. But anyway, if I could just buy those right now, that'd be great and have them on my shelf because they are gorgeous covers. But also, Maddie's kind of getting to that age and he's getting to that phase where he's liking to read a little bit more. And I think he's almost to the point where we could start introducing him to Harry Potter. And I think reading the illustrated editions with him would be a lot of fun. So I would like to start buying those, but just haven't yet because I know they are a little bit spendy and they're beautiful, but I've already got the physical books up on my shelf. And I also have the audiobooks. So I know you can never have too many copies of Harry Potter, but for right now I don't need any more, but if I had the money I would just go out and purchase all of them. Question number 2 is Pay a Bill, and this is a book you would get rid of right now. So I have been trying to get rid of these books for a long time, but they're Skylar's and he thinks that one day he'll eventually read them. They're books by Dennis Miller, and like the first one, I've got them like way down on the bottom. I didn't even bother pulling them off my shelf to show you because they're at the bottom of the stack. But we've got Rants, the Rant Zone, and I think Ranting Again is the last one. They're just books that I'm not interested in, and Skylar hasn't read in so long. He is listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks right now. But I just don't know if he's ever going to read them. He says he will, but they're taking up space and I would like to put other things there, but I can't. So if I could get rid of those right now, I absolutely would. Question number 3 is Doctor Appointment, and this is a book that makes you feel better when you are down. So for this, my kind of go-to answer is usually the BFG by Roald Dahl. I have such fond memories of this book, reading it when I was younger. My dad read it to my brother and I when we were little, and just remembering the voices he did for the Giants and everything, it held a special place in my heart and always will. I reread it I think last year or the year before, so it's been a while and it's not one that I reread when I'm feeling down just because I have so many books I need to read, but this one just gives me such fond memories, so I love this one. Let's see. Question number 4 is Meeting, and this is a book or series you feel obligated to read because of the hype. There's not a lot of hype around it anymore, but I've heard enough about it to where it's sparked my interest, but not a whole lot. And that is the Mortal Instruments, the Infernal Devices, the other one, the Bane Chronicles, the Dark Artifices, basically the whole world that Cassandra Clare has built. I know there's differing opinions on all the books, all the series, everything along in it. I just feel like Cassandra Clare is one of those overhyped authors I haven't read, and she's got to be overhyped for a reason, so I don't know if this is something I would be interested in. I also feel like Sarah J. Maas is one of those authors as well, that she's just got so many books out. And I feel like I should read some of them, but I don't know if I have any interest. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy them. They're massive books, so that would be a lot to invest my time in, especially when I have books on my shelf that I know I for sure want to read right now. So Cassandra Clare and Sarah J. Maas are definitely my meeting books. Question number 5 is Lunch Date, and this is a book or series that you fell in love with because a friend recommended it to you. This one wasn't really recommended to me. It was more just put on my bookshelf by a roommate that I had a couple years ago. Someone's eating lunch behind me, and they said they would be quiet, but their phone just went off. So anyway, this... Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, this book was left on my bookshelf by a friend. It was Unbroken by Laura Hillenbrand, I believe was her name. I could never say it right. But this is a book that is based around World War II, and it follows the life of Louis Zamperini, who we watch kind of grow up from about his teenage years to the end of his life. And he ran track in the 1936 Olympics in Berlin, and then he enlisted in the army. He became a bombardier, and his plane went down somewhere over the Pacific Ocean, and only he and 2 other crewmates survived, and they survived in a raft on the ocean for a significant amount of time. I don't remember how many days it was. And then when they landed on an island that was occupied by Japan. So after surviving such harsh conditions on the ocean, they then had to survive in prisoner of war camps. And it was just a story that really stuck with me. It was very emotional, but also very motivating. So that's a book that I absolutely fell in love with. Question number 6 is Work or School Week, and this is a book that was hard to get through. For me, this is a book I listened to on audiobook, and it was The Gray House. I think it was somewhere around 65 or 66 hours. And the only reason I finished it was because it was used for one of my magical readathon prompts, and I didn't have another book that I could fit in, and I needed to finish it to unlock like the other 2 levels. So I slogged through this book. It took forever. I think at the end I was listening to it at 2 times speed, and it took a long time. Question number 6 is Gym Day, and this is a book that gets your heart pumping because it was such an exciting page turner. And for this, it's not a book that I finished yet, but it's a book I'm currently reading, which is The Mountain Between Us by Charles Martin. It follows the lives, well, not lives, it follows 2 characters who are trying to make it home from, I think it's Denver Airport. And there's a massive snowstorm that came in. It grounded all the planes. All flights are delayed. The gentleman has to get home to his family, and the lady needs to get home in time for her wedding. And they end up hiring a charter plane that's for fishing. Something happens, plane goes down, now they have to survive, and they're somewhere in the high mountains in Colorado and nowhere near civilization. Nobody knew they were on this plane. Nobody's going to come looking for them. The box that's supposed to let off like a distress signal when planes go down, smashed because they hit at such a high speed. And it's really interesting to listen to. The gentleman is a doctor, and he was luckily flying home from a hiking trip. So of course he's got all his like survival gear and hiking equipment. He's got cold weather clothing and sleeping bags and those sort of things. He's got his jet boil so they can boil water, they can cook food, they can do all that stuff. But it is really interesting just to see what's happening. And I think her femur is broken, so she's in massive amounts of pain, can't move, so he has to figure out, and he has broken ribs, so he has to figure out how to get both of them to safety. So question number 8 is Date Night, and this is a book with your favorite romantic couple. I'm throwing it back quite a bit and choosing The Hunger Games because I love Katniss and Peeta a lot. Peeta was one of my first book crushes, and they go through so much together, and I think they make a good couple. And then question number 8 is, nope, that was question number 8. Question number 9 is Vacation. And this is a book or series you would want to binge on if you had all the time in the world. So for this, it's kind of a cheat answer, but I want to binge on all the series I've started and haven't finished. Gossip Girl being one of them. And then I also have Falling Kingdoms. I think I stopped on book 5 of Falling Kingdoms, and there's 2 more after this, or maybe it stops at 7 or 6. I don't remember. But if I could binge on those, I absolutely would. I just need to basically start from the beginning because I don't remember what happened or where I left off in either of them. And then the last question is number 10. This is To-Do List, and it's a book that you keep meaning to get to but don't have time for. I kind of have time for it. I just am dragging my feet with it, and surprise, it's Dragonfly and Amber by Diana Gabaldon. I think I started this one in August, and it's now almost the end of November. I don't think I've picked it up in over a month, but it's a book I'd like to finish at some point, and so I can finish the whole rest of the series, which is right there. But I don't know, it's taken me a long time. So that is it for this tag. I am not going to tag anybody just because everyone I know who is a planner and a book person, Paige basically already tagged. So if you'd like to do this video, please do consider yourself tagged. And I would love to know, even if you don't want to create a video, but like the questions, answer some of your favorites or all of them down in the comments below, and I will chat with you there until my next video. Bye!